What's going on, guys? It's your boy HQ420 here, and welcome to part 2 of Twitter Tuesday. If it's your first time to the channel, do not hesitate. Hit that subscribe button. You will not regret it. And go check out part 1, okay? If you haven't, if it's the first time to the channel, just go do it, okay? You will not regret it. So, as I said, in this part 2 right here, we're going to be looking at a little clip that came from Paris today, where the police were out there patrolling and checking people's health pass. The health pass, okay? And folks would think this is just short-lived, okay? They just think, oh, they're just doing it until the disease that should not be named goes away. Man, you need to think again. So we're going to check that clip out right now. Now look at this, bud. It's just man, they outside by themselves, pretty much. There ain't nobody else around, really. And they're like, can I see your phone to make sure that you vaccinated? It's a minute if you don't get out my face. What is this? Y'all, papers, please. Gestapo much. Let me know. And then folks like, no, it ain't like that. I'm like, what else you call it? But they ain't got nothing else to do than to go around and mess with somebody who's sitting there like drinking a coffee or what, a latte. I don't know if they two pump type of people or not. Might be two pump people. And I'm just like, this is what it's came to. A health pass. And we got the damn cops worthless. Worthless, man. Don't want to stand up for freedom. Could care less as long as they keep their job and they have some power. That's what it's about, bud. I don't get it, man. Oh, look at it. Real badass. Just a group of badasses. Folks just sitting outside drinking. It's just walking around checking folk. Is this the way people want to live? I thought I've heard all the way around the world, oh, police are terrible, this and that. But they ain't got no problem using the police for this. You see what I'm saying? Now I know this is over in France. But the same thing would be happening over here in the US if it comes to this right here. Folks, the same folks that be talking about defund the police, get rid of the police, will be the same ones that be telling you that, hey, man, the police need to go out there and enforce the health pass. Okay? They be the same folk. And you be like, are y'all not catching the correlation here? Let your boy know. I'm trying to figure the thing out. Look at these folk. Bo, you be in the middle of your meal. Let me check your phone. Man, get them. Where your hands been? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you just wiped your ass or rubbed one off. Man, get your hands off my phone. Who are you? Don't be touching my belongings. I'm out here eating, dog. Back up. I don't get it. Oh, we checking to make sure. Because it's real dangerous. They look like they're doing something real dangerous out here, don't they? Danger lurks among them as they sit there, two at a table, enjoying a meal. Ah, the devastation. But this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And I seen somebody post up on this very tweet. They said, oh guys, don't worry. This is just temporary until we get the disease that should not be named under control. I'm like, you're just as dumb as the day you were born, okay? Man, my goodness, man. Pay attention. But, how you gonna get to zero coof? There's no way to get to it. How you gonna get there? Through what means? But they keep running this ragged PCR test on folk. They keep claiming folks are sick. And they ain't got no snot running out their nose. They ain't got a fever. They ain't got a sore throat, nothing. And they say, you're infectious and you must quarantine. For that is what's written in the book. We have written that in the book. Alright? And what we say is the gospel. I'm like, man. But this is dangerous, bud. This is danger to freedom. Flat out. That's all I'm saying. She checking her ID too. Hold on a second. Got her. But no, she get a phone. Look at this. got a phone, but I need to check your identification as well, which is the most racist thing ever. Come on now. Come on, Paris. Come on, France. Wee out there. Wee. Dang, bud. Checking IDs. It's racist, man. Got a little bit of pigmentation. Especially her. You can't check her ID. Oh, no. She pretty white. Her, she got some pigmentation, okay? So, I mean, the checker ID is terrible. I mean, you know, she don't even carry ID. I hate it for the black folk out there. They got to go through this treacherous process of showing identification. Don't they know? Maybe that's in America only. Look, this is, and I've seen a whole lot of stuff where they're fighting against it over there, and they need to continue to, because this is nonsense, bud. And it ain't gonna do nothing but end up hurting the businesses. But businesses, y'all need to be like, no, bud, I need all the patrons I can get in here, okay? I don't need to be eliminating patrons. Y'all done already killed my profits over the past year, about killed my business. Now I got to go through this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they got to be jabbed up to even run their business. Is that the way it is too? Let your boy know. I mean, but the stuff is ridiculous. So this is the first thing I wanted to show. Out there in Paris, folks having to show their health pass. Okay, a valid one. They need a valid one. All right, and they got to show ID on top of that. Okay, so we got to make sure. we gotta make sure that that you know you are who you say you are. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's racist. But what we're gonna jump into next, we're gonna look at a clip from a doctor over in Israel. And he's letting everybody know who is currently in the hospitals with a disease that should not be named. All right, guys. So the second one up here on this Twitter Tuesday, the second part of Twitter Tuesday. We've got a Dr. Kobi Haviv, and he's up there, Channel 13 at News Israel 13, okay? And he's talking about the amount of people that he's currently got in the ICU with the disease that shall not be named. Now, of course, this is in Israeli or whatever, what they speak. They still speak Hebrew? I don't even know. Whatever language they speaking. It's all these lines and backwards. I don't even know what this is. But, I mean, I don't know. Whatever they speak out there, that's what he's talking right here. But it's got captions at the bottom, so we'll be able to read it, okay? So without further ado, I'm going to let the clip roll out.
שלום לדוקטור קובי חביב, הוא מנכ"ל המרכז הרפואי הרצוג.
שלום סיוון.
ורק נזכור, אני מבינה שמרבית החולים מחוסנים, גם החולים הקשים.
You see that right? I understand most of the patients are cleansed, even severe patients. I mean, exactly. That's what he's telling you.
הדברים, אנשים מבוגרים רובם מחוסנים, רוב האוכלוסייה מחוסנת, ולכן כ-90% או 85-90% מה...
Look at this. Most of the population is cleansed, and 90%, 85 to 90% of the hospitalizations here are fully cleansed. I thought this was a pandemic of the uncleansed. That's what I thought. But data seems to show differently. Now, I showed y'all a clip a few weeks ago over there with the health minister in Australia, and he was sitting there, it's like, yeah, everybody in the hospital, they received the jab. Boy, he was trying to say it real low. See, everybody got the jab. But hey, you know, the uncleansed, they're causing the variants without a shadow of a doubt. Man, stop, bud.
מאושפזים אצלנו הם חולים שעברו את חיסון באופן מלא. כן, החיסון לצערי, כמו שמדברים.
I don't know if this is taboo or not, but I might get stricken. I mean, with this right down here, effectiveness waning. Oh man, that's why they're giving those third booster shots out there already. But when I sit there and I talk to folks about booster shots, they're like, man, what are you talking about? I said, man, y'all ain't paying attention to nothing? Come on, people.
היעילות שלו מתפוגגת, יש כבר התפרצויות בבתי חולים, חולה אחד מדביק מספר רב של אנשים, זה לא פה ושם, וכמו שדיברנו מקודם, היעילות של החיסון ממש...
Look, this is from a doctor out there. I ain't making none of this stuff up. This is straight from a doctor out there. So, I mean, what's going on? What's happening? You see, here's what I believe. When Rochelle Von Doom, Walensky, Dr. Impending Doom, when she came out and she told everybody that the folks who've been cleansed, they're no longer protected from contracting the disease that should not be named, and they can also spread the disease that should not be named. And I seen folks in a tizzy, in a panic, running to grab studies and stuff like that. The reason why I believe they said that is because they already know. That, you see, people just sitting there like, oh man, we've got... I've seen people talk about, oh well, our CDC is incompetent, FDA is incompetent. Man, these folks ain't incompetent. They know exactly what they're doing. They know the data. They know the data points. They know when to stop and start as far as when they need to push a narrative. But they ain't stupid. They already know what the deal is, okay? They know it. And they were like, man, we need to get out in front of this thing, bud, because otherwise, folks are going to be calling for our heads if we don't tell the folks that they can now contract it and spread it. That's what happened. Because, you know, it wasn't that long ago that Rochelle Walensky got up there and said, oh, yeah, folks have been cleansed. They don't carry a load at all. They have no load with them. That's what she said. Got right up there. Misinformation. Disinformation. Okay? And then she gonna backtrack. Oh, they can no longer. No longer? Oh, okay. I bet so, no longer. That's what I bet, man. You see, you gotta watch these folks, man. They already know the scoop. They know what the deal is. But you know what we didn't hear? We didn't hear anybody who was like, man, you know what? Seeing how we got this new information, we're going to retract our mandates. You know, our mandates for our employees to get the jab. No, bud. Folks are pushing harder now. Because for some reason they think, oh, well, you know, if we jab everybody up, man, that'll really stop it. Even though, you know, the jab really doesn't stop it. But, you know, hey, trust the science, right? Come on now. But Israel and the UK, Australia, a whole bunch of places are seeing this stuff leak right through, okay? The man said the effectiveness is waning. They starting to give folks third booster shots, and that ain't even mattering. They coming into the hospital. It's just like, just ain't quite what we were looking, so we going to have to tone this back, okay? We need to make sure that folks are just looking at the folks who ain't cleansed, all right? Let's get passports out there and all that. Because the passports ain't about your health. Ain't never been. And like I said, somebody out there is like, oh yeah, it's only temporary. But you believe that lie if you want to. That's one of the biggest lies spread across, man. Anytime the TSA was supposed to be temporary, it's still here. There's a whole lot of stuff that was supposed to be temporary, and it's still here. All right? They're just inching away. You got to inch away at this thing, because if you try to take everything away at one time, folks will resist en masse. But if you inch away at people's freedoms, and all of a sudden they wake up one day and they'll have none, and they'll just be used to it. They'll be like, oh, well, it's just the way it is. So, I want to know what y'all's thoughts are on this in the comment section below. But the what's coming out across the world is a different story than what they're trying to tell here in the U.S. But I believe our people up in the NIH, the CDC, they already know what the deal is. They know what the scoop is. So they were trying to get out in front of it before it became a catastrophe for them. And we're going to see. We're going to see winter is coming. Okay? Winter is coming. And we shall see. All right? That's all I'm saying. We shall see. And maybe we'll be on the wrong side, but I got this feeling. Just got this feeling that we'll be on the right side. So, like I said, let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below. Hope y'all enjoyed this part 2 episode of this Twitter Tuesday. Like, share, subscribe, of course. Check out the podcast Inside the Cube, Spreaker, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and iHeartRadio. If you'd like to support the channel further, there are links in the description section below as well for that. It's always been your boy XQ420. Catch you on the next one. Peace out.